"Dad, look at this." Her voice was small, sharp, like glass cutting through steam. I was drying the dishes when I heard her, the kind of tone that freezes your body before your mind catches up. I dropped the towel, walked fast, not a run, just fast enough to pretend I wasn't afraid. She was kneeling by the tub, sleeves soaked, smiling at something in the water. The toddler, my sister's boy, sat among the bubbles, laughing, holding something in his hand. A ring, my ring, the gold one I'd lost 2 years ago, the one she swore she never found. For a second, I couldn't breathe. The room blurred around the sound of water sloshing, my daughter giggling, the faint hum of my wife's footsteps in the hall. Then she appeared, calm, too calm. Her eyes flicked to the ring, then to me. She didn't speak, just moved, picked our daughter up, led her out of the room, whispering something soft and rehearsed. And then I was alone with the child, the ring still glinting in his small, wet hand. My sister's child, or not. I didn't say anything that night, not to my wife, not to my sister, not even to myself. I just watched. The way my wife avoided my eyes when she thought I wasn't looking. The way she touched the boy's hair a little too gently, a little too long. The way the boy looked back at her with a recognition I couldn't explain. There were no words for the thought forming in my head, only a sound, a quiet static that filled every room I entered. When I asked her about the ring later, she smiled, said the boy must have found it somewhere in the garden, said she'd meant to tell me. But her voice wavered, just once. I knew that sound. I'd heard it before. The sound of a lie collapsing under its own weight. That night I couldn't sleep. Every detail replayed. The ring, her hand on his shoulder, the way my daughter looked at her mother when she thought I wasn't watching. It all formed a shape I didn't want to see. The next morning I called in sick. While she took the kids to the park, I searched the house. Carefully, methodically, like a surgeon removing rot. Phone bills, old messages, photos. I didn't know what I was looking for until I found it. A picture, hidden in a folder on her laptop, buried beneath grocery lists and school forms. The boy, my sister's boy, barely a year old, in her arms, in our bedroom. My chest tightened, but I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I just stared at the image until my pulse slowed. There was only one way to know. That afternoon, I took a piece of the boy's hair, a single strand, a few from my own daughter, quietly, efficiently, a DNA test, anonymous, expedited, unforgiving. I mailed it the next morning, pretending nothing had changed. For 2 weeks, I lived in silence. She laughed at the dinner table, kissed me goodnight, called me love. Every moment felt like theater, every touch a disguise. But I smiled back. I was patient, because truth, like rot, doesn't need to be forced. It only needs time. The envelope arrived on a Thursday, plain, white, a medical return address. I opened it in the garage. The air smelled of oil and rain. 2 results, 2 lines. My daughter, 99.9% match. The boy, 0. 0. I stood there, staring at the paper until the ink seemed to move, until I could hear her voice behind me, calling for dinner. When I walked inside, she was setting the table, humming something low. I placed the envelope beside her plate, said nothing. She looked at it, then at me, opened it. I watched her face change. First confusion, then fear, then something quieter, recognition. Her lips trembled, but no sound came. I didn't shout, didn't ask why. I just said, "How long?" She broke. Right there between the plates and the silverware. Tears, apologies, the usual wreckage of the guilty. But I felt nothing, only stillness. That night I called my sister, told her to come over. She hesitated, but she came. When she walked in, I handed her the same envelope, watched her read, watched her face pale, then collapse under the weight of what she saw. My wife tried to speak, but I stopped her. "Don't," I said. Just one word. Quiet. It was enough. My sister looked between us, between the woman she trusted and the man she betrayed by proxy, and I saw the world fall apart in her eyes. I didn't raise my voice, didn't hit, didn't curse. I simply left the room. Let them sit there, surrounded by the ruins they built. I moved out the next day. No farewell, no second act. Just silence. The kind that follows an explosion, where everything still stands, but nothing remains whole. I didn't take the ring. I left it on the counter, its gold dulled, water-stained. When people asked why, I said nothing. Because some truths aren't meant to be told. They're meant to haunt, and they do. Every night I see the boy's face in the water, hear my daughter's laughter echo in the tiled walls. But then it fades. And I remember what silence feels like when it finally belongs to me. Still, heavy, free.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.